From the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS 2 News at 11 p.m.
A rough arrest is raising some questions about excessive force by Orange County Sheriff's deputies.
Yes, dash cam video of that arrest that happened back in August was just released tonight, and it is raising questions.
The man's public defender says not only were the deputies too violent, they tried to cover it up.
And CBS 2's Nicole Comstock is live in Santa Ana, where the Sheriff's Department is telling a different story. Nicole?
That's right. The Sheriff's Department has an entirely different take on what exactly this video shows.
Don't get out of the car now. Don't touch me like that.
An Orange County deputy struggles with an intoxicated man inside this Jeep. Dashcam video shows the deputy punch him in the face several times before he falls to the ground. A concerned citizen asked them to check on Mohammed Siam, who was sleeping in his car behind the Corner Pocket Bar in Stanton.
There should be no punches to the face. He was incredibly intoxicated. There was no reason for force or violence here.
Siam's public defender, Scott Sanders, argues that his client did not try to push past the deputy.
No, put your leg back in the car, dude. Come on. Are you going to press me?
He says the felony resisting and deterring charge Siam now faces is just as excessive as the force used against him. He also says the deputy changed his story about Siam's behavior several times.
Don't create a new false set of facts and then blame it on the defendant.
Give me your ID. I'm going to run your name. I'm going to get out of here. That's it.
In a written statement, the Orange County Sheriff's Department responded in part. The deputy made every attempt to de-escalate the situation and provide the subject multiple opportunities to simply provide his identification. The subject refused to do so and attempted to physically engage the deputy, during which the deputy used force appropriate for the situation to gain control of an uncooperative, assaultive, and intoxicated person.
I can see it from both sides, but I still think the guy in the car was an idiot.
The owner of the Corner Pocket Bar says she didn't see Siam inside that night, but that the video of the confrontation looked bad for both deputies and the man who admittedly drank too much.
They were both wrong. He should have showed him his ID, but the cops were a little excessive there, yes.
And the Sheriff's Department says that deputy's report was consistent with what they saw on the video. In Santa Ana, Nicole Comstock, CBS 2 News.
And our other top story of the night, the weather. Another red flag warning is in effect.
Garth Kemp is here now with a look at what are really potentially dangerous conditions. Garth?
Yeah, here we go again. Let's hope we dodge a bullet on this one. Please be vigilant, everybody, as red flag warnings are now into effect, and they're going to stay into effect through Friday at 10 p.m. You can see it the entire area, the IE all the way up, even up towards Pine Mountain, up towards parts of Santa Clarita, or all of Santa Clarita, Ventura, all the way down south towards the border as well. We're going to get low humidity. We're going to pick up the winds again, not like what we saw last time. We'll see if we get some advisories out of them, but still, it's enough that we're going to get some offshore winds and very, very low humidity. Remember, parking restrictions apply up in the canyons of the Santa Monica mountain range so fire vehicles can get through. Report any kind of nefarious activity you might see. See if we can make this tomorrow very quiet and let this just expire tomorrow night. A 10-year forecast coming up in a little bit. Back to you two.
All right, Garth, thanks. The LAPD has released new video tonight of the SUV they believe hit and killed a mother in Encino. Police say it was a silver Toyota 4Runner. Loved ones hope the new video lands the hit-and-run driver behind bars. CBS 2's Rachel Kim joins us now live from Encino with that video. Rachel.
Well, Jeff, the 30-year-old wife and mother and her two friends were more than halfway across the street inside this sidewalk when she was hit by a speeding car. Tonight, the search for the driver is on.
First of all, she was so beautiful. She was, like little, graceful, always, happy.
On the sidewalk, Yana Lavrenteva was walking towards Saturday night. Now sits a memorial for her. Tonight, Yana's husband, Evgeny, still can't believe she's gone.
We were more than just the husband and the wife. We were like soulmates. We were like best friends.
This was the couple dancing on Saturday night at a friend's birthday party in Encino. Later on that evening, around 11:50, Yana and two of her girlfriends wanted to hang out and talk, so they decided to walk across the street to find a quieter place. When they were within this marked crosswalk on Ventura Boulevard just east of Louise Avenue, Yana was hit by a speeding car going eastbound.
Everyone is suffering. Everyone.
Yaroslava Markov was one of the two friends with Yana in the crosswalk. She says Yana was a couple of steps ahead of them when she was hit.
We saw this extremely strong hit, and then she kind of flew up and the driver hit her again.
Tonight, the LAPD released a video of the car they believe hit Yana, a 1996 to 2000 silver Toyota 4Runner.
Come forward, just come, tell the truth, because they will get you anyways.
As the search for the driver continues, Evgeny still hasn't told his 6-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter about their mom, but he knows Yana will always be with them.
I pray for her soul.
Anyone with information is asked to call LAPD's Valley Traffic Division. And a reminder, the LAPD has a hit-and-run reward program, up to $50,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the driver. Reporting live tonight in Encino, Rachel Kim, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Rachel. An arrest in a string of sexual assaults in Long Beach. Detectives say 26-year-old Isaiah Andino met 4 women on dating apps and websites. Now, when they got together in person, he allegedly pulled out a gun, forced them into his car, drove them to alleys in the Belmont Heights neighborhood, and assaulted them.
Since this occurred on a dating app and online service online, there could be other victims out there. So we're asking for the public's help.
Police say Andino's first known assault was back in July, and the latest was just 2 days ago.
San Bernardino's law enforcement family came together to support one of their own who was shot this morning in an apartment complex.
Sarge, I'm hit. I'm out by your unit.
You're listening to the voice of Deputy Robert John, radioing for help after he was shot early this morning. John was wearing body armor, but it didn't cover his entire body. Now he's out of surgery. He's in an ICU. The San Bernardino sheriff says John and his partner were at a traffic stop when they heard shots nearby. When they went to investigate, John was hit. Nobody else was injured. 2 men have been arrested.
Well, President Trump is doubling down on the border battle ahead of the midterms.
And he's making a promise about stopping a migrant caravan heading toward the U.S. border.
Well, CBS 2 political reporter Dave Bryant is here now with the latest on that.
Immigration, of course, always a volatile issue, and I think that's part of what's playing into this here. President Trump is threatening to mobilize the military and shut down the southern border to stop the caravan of Central American immigrants from entering the U.S. And with thousands of immigrants involved, the U.S. is demanding that Mexico stop the caravan before it gets to the border. As many as 4,000 migrants are making their way from Honduras to Guatemala and north to Mexico with their sights set on the U.S. border. Groups are sleeping in shelters and accepting food and money from strangers. Many say they have fled violence in their home countries, some with little more than the clothes on their back. After crossing into Guatemala on Monday, the next major border is Mexico, where the government has deployed hundreds of police officers aboard 727s to deal with the caravan. Many migrants will be told to return home. Some will be allowed to seek asylum.
There is a humanitarian crisis going on, and we need to call it what it is.
But President Trump is lashing out at the caravan, alleging on Twitter the onslaught includes many criminals. He threatened to deploy the military to the U.S. border. Since the president suspended his controversial family separation policy in June, illegal border crossings have skyrocketed. According to unpublished Border Patrol data, there were more than 16,000 family members arrested in September, an 80% increase over July. On 60 Minutes, the president was asked about returning to family separations.
Frankly, when you don't do separate, when you allow the parents to stay together, okay, when you allow that, then what happens is people are going to pour into our country.
So are you going to go back to that?
Well, we're looking at a lot of things.
Now, the Mexican Foreign Ministry now says it plans to ask the United Nations Refugee Agency for help in coordinating with Central American governments because thousands of migrants might now be seeking refugee status at Mexico's southern border, especially if the American border is closed off. So, Jeff and Pat, this is still a developing story.
All right, Dave.
Tough one. All right, now to the Dodgers. If they win tomorrow, they head to the World Series. We now know who they will face. The Boston Red Sox.
That's right. Also, King James hits the court for the Lakers' first official game of the season. We have all the highlights later in sports.
And a toddler left at a stranger's doorstep. The mix-up that would frighten any parent.
Plus, a change in the flight pattern at Burbank Airport has Valley homeowners flying mad.
Ooh, is there an outbreak of lotto fever tonight as players wonder if the Mega Millions jackpot will become a Mega Billions?
And here's a look at the guests tonight on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.